Early in the morning on the first day of the week, while it was still dark, Mary Magdalene came to the tomb and saw that the stone was moved away from the entrance. She ran at once to Simon Peter and the other disciple, the one whom Jesus loved, breathlessly panting, "They took the Master from the tomb. We don't know where they put him." Peter and the other disciple left immediately for the tomb. They ran neck and neck. The other disciple got to the tomb first, outrunning Peter. Stooping to look in, he saw the pieces of linen cloth lying there, but he didn't go in. Simon Peter arrived after him, entered the tomb, observed the linen cloths lying there, and the kerchief used to cover his head, not lying with the linen cloths, but separate, neatly folded by itself. Then the other disciple, the one who had gotten there first, went into the tomb, took one look at the evidence, and believed. No one yet knew from the scripture that he had to rise from the dead. The disciples then went back home. But Mary stood outside the tomb weeping. As she wept, she knelt to look into the tomb and saw two angels sitting there dressed in white, one at the head and the other at the foot where Jesus' body had been laid. They said to her, "Woman, why do you weep?" "They took my master," she said, "and I don't know where they put him." After she said this, she turned away and saw Jesus standing there, but she didn't recognize him. Jesus spoke to her, "Woman, why do you weep? Who are you looking for?" She, thinking that he was the gardener, said, "Mister, if you took him, tell me where you put him so I can care for him." Jesus said, "Mary." Turning to face him, she said in Hebrew, "Rabboni," meaning teacher. Jesus said, "Don't cling to me, for I have not yet ascended to the Father. Go to my brothers and tell them, I ascend to my Father, your Father, my God, and your God." Mary Magdalene went, telling the news to the disciples, "I saw the Master." And she told them everything he said to her. Hear what the Spirit is saying to the church.
Thanks be to God.
It doesn't matter which of the Gospels you read. You can't get away from it. It was women who found the tomb empty. It was women doing their duty of care for the dead that found that Jesus was gone. Now, each of the Gospels has a slight variation on how this all played out, but Mary Magdalene was at each of them. So we can assume, I think, from that she actually was there. And she was the one who told everybody else. The first person to discover the tomb was empty, the first person to go and tell others that the tomb empty was Mary Magdalene. Now, she often gets a bit of a bad rap. She's sometimes thought to be a prostitute. She's sometimes thought to be a woman who had multiple husbands. That's because we get her confused with a whole bunch of other women in the stories, and in an attempt, much as we do with the Christmas story, to make it all fit together a little more neatly, she becomes a kind of a composite of a whole bunch of different women characters. But actually, she's an incredibly powerful and high-placed woman. The reason we know that is that she gets her surname, or she gets her place of birth. The only other person in the story is Jesus of Nazareth. So she was a very important disciple. She was a really important person in the story. And she's the one who gets to carry the story out into the world. She's the first she's actually, in John's Gospel, she's the second evangelist. She's the second person to go and preach about Jesus. But what makes her unique is that she gets to talk about the risen Christ. She's the one who gets to teach about Jesus after he has died. To take the mystery of an empty tomb into the world. A mystery of how love triumphed over death. Of how hate and violence were put to one side by peace and hope and mercy and joy. Oh, it's turning nasty. We're going to stop now. We're going to pick up the story at 10:30. Come to church. And we're going to finish the service before we all blow away.